Hi everybody, we're back with a quick video update. Working on more of the refined ringers. I'm probably going to call this the red ringer because it was constructed all with red magnet wire. Basically just trying to improve the efficiency even further and trying to maximize the negative resistance. So basically what we have occurring is the circuit was cleaned up a little more. All of our power passes through a DC milliamp meter, up to 300 milliamps. It goes through the DC side first, goes through the milliamp meter to power up the DC switching circuitry, and it's just a super Joule Ringer 3.0 circuit, first invented by Laser Hacker or Laser Saber. And instead of running loads directly off of it, we created a negative resistance ringer circuit using carbon film resistor, a 30K 5-watt carbon film resistor with a 0 to 200K 5-watt potentiometer in series with it for fine tuning. We also have negative resistant cold cathode spark gap discharge tubes or plasma tubes. They are called cold neon bulbs, cold cathode neon bulbs. Very similar to regular neon bulbs, except the cathode material is a cold cathode material. So anyway, I'll turn the circuit on, show you the interesting effects with it. We just have a voltage meter hooked up to the power source, which is a 5 amp hour hybrid LiFe PO4 supercapacitor power source. Our DC voltage meter is showing you the voltage on that guy. There's obviously and absolutely nothing under the desk. I've demonstrated this thing outside in my farm field. And anyway, we'll turn the circuit on. And we know it's on when our gas bulbs fire. And basically we tap this power wirelessly with the 2 yellow coils wound around it. The 2 yellow coils have their DC output going into a resonant capacitor bank, a resonant DC capacitor bank, the large one there. And there's our power consumption, 250 milliamps. And I can tune it to where it uses less. And when the bulbs fire more, that cold cathode effect takes over and we consume much less power. So we're consuming 50 milliamps. And here is the output of the device from the wireless pickup coils, the 2 yellow pickup coils. Quite a good output. When I short it out, you see that our current draw drops. So you're seeing the negative resistance effect, and I think there's a glare there from the bulb. Zoom in on that for you. So we're shorting out the wireless output. That is the negative resistance effect. You have power output capable of doing work, rapidly recharging power sources, and you can run bulbs with it. Right here, I'll connect a LED bulb. This is a 1-watt LED bulb, and when I connect it, the power consumption should drop. So we can run loads and do all interesting things. Full power on that guy. We still have small amounts of wireless power with this circuit. Basically just refining it. The wireless power is the best I've ever gotten it with this thing. And if you doubt this thing is what's making the wireless power, I'll switch it off. All effects have ceased. I'll switch it on. The effects come back. So there can be no doubt, no complaining. Now, here's the voltage on the source. I will now then take this wireless output and connect it back to the source, and we will watch what happens. We will watch it recharge the source. And this thing is capable of recharging the source and maintaining its source charge up to about 90%, and it's very efficient. If it ever fails to recharge the source or a separate battery or battery capacitor hybrid, all you would do is tune it right here or right here, this potentiometer, the carbon film one that's in the negative resistant RLC circuit, or the cold cathode plasma based potentiometer is what you would tune to get that recharging effect back. So I might have to do a little bit of tuning to get this thing to recharge. I believe that should do it. As you see, it wants to say 13.42. See if we can tune this a little. Oop, thought it was locked at 13.42. Yeah, anyway, it'll be locked at 13.42 soon. It's also important to note this part of the circuit gets grounded to your earth connection right here. It comes off of the your grounding comes off of the thin L1 coil, the 26 AWG L1 coil. Try and get this thing fine-tuned. Again, here's that output. I can turn this output up even higher. Now you can really see the negative resistance effect. Power levels dramatically drop when shorted. Next, I will show dead shorted current on this device. So that is our short circuit amperage. That is the power input to the system. Here is the short circuit amperage. So those coils are pumping out amps. Obviously it's a dead short. There's virtually no voltage there. We have maximum current with this thing. And while we get maximum current, our power input drops. Hear that meter pegging. Here's another special meter that will show you the real output. So our input is less than 50 milliamps. Our raw output is almost half an amp. We have power that can do real work. You're watching the raw power output here. And I can hook this up to whatever I want to do work. And I can even make this even more powerful if I wanted. As you see, our power consumption drops in running loads. It automatically adjusts to the load and will give it the power it needs. It's almost like an auto-tuning transformer. See that glowing? Very bright. It hurts to look at, actually. And then next, I will connect that output back to the source, and we will watch what happens. I don't know why there's such a glare. Anyway, I also think there's an issue with this meter because I've used it a lot, and the long leads on it kind of mess with the reading, but this thing always does maintain a full charge. Yeah, I might just have to disconnect this meter because it's messing with the tuning. The leads on the meter are what's messing with the tuning. And we'll just do a voltage reading after. So we're firing, the cold cathode effect is occurring. Still have wireless power. Very effective wireless power too. We'll take the reading on this meter. So 13.42, that's just about full charged. The other meter was detuning the system with the leads, and it's also kind of an old meter. Next, we will connect a motor to this thing because people love seeing it run motors. So that motor is spinning away happy. Power consumption is under 70 milliamps. Motor spinning away nice and happy. Probably over 1 watt there of work in the motor. While we still have wireless power we can tap into without degrading the source in any way. I have to order some bigger motors too. I've been insanely busy lately. It's interesting to note, it's almost like the motor enhances the wireless power in some way. So, power consumption, less than 100 milliamps, over 1 watt of work in the motor. Our cold cathode plasma bulb is firing and we still have enhanced wireless power. Switch this off. Next, I will demonstrate the rapid recharging effect of this system on a virtually dead old school battery, and also I'll show you the short-circuited milliamp current when I turn this thing on. So here's the short-circuited milliamp current. We pegged the meter over 300 milliamps short-circuit current, and our input is less than 50 milliamps, and we still have small amounts of wireless power we can play with under short-circuit conditions, which is very interesting. So next I will connect up an old school, oh wait, I don't have my old school battery with me. I can hook up a completely dead RC battery pack. Here's a completely dead RC battery pack. This voltage, I believe, see what this thing's at. So 24 volts. We will connect this up and watch it rapidly recharge. Next here will be the rapid recharging effects. Might have to tune it a bit to get that rapid recharging effect through resonance. Okay, good, we got it. Now the rapid recharging effect will occur due to the tuning we did. So this should answer the question to the skeptics of it recharging a completely dead, I believe this was a completely dead 48 volt RC battery pack. And here's the rapid recharging of it. This thing was also actually damaged a little too, I think, where it can never reach a full charge because it was discharged so deeply. And they were nickel metal hydride batteries, I believe. And we're demonstrating the rapid recharging effect of the system. I'll also include the link too of another supporter who's duplicating this circuitry and doing great work with it. I'll put his link in the video too. So here is our power consumption, locked at 150 milliamps. We have it tuned for rapid resonant recharge of this battery pack, and that small tuning adjustments allow us to impedance match this battery pack and get a rapid recharge effect. And the extreme efficiency is coming from multiple factors. The first one is we're high frequency. The second factor is we're using nonlinear components. We're using cold cathode plasma tubes similar to neons. We're using a carbon film resistor in an RLC circuit. Has to be carbon film, can't use wire wound, it will detune your system. So we're using that, we're tapping into the power wirelessly, we created negative resistance, we earth grounded it, enhancing the non-linearity and negative resistance further by earth grounding it. And yeah, you're watching it rapidly recharge a virtually super dead battery. And you can even connect a light bulb up to this or whatever. And it will probably even dimly glow. It's a 120 volt light bulb. Will probably glow extremely dim because it's not running off the right voltage. And it glows. This almost completely dead battery is running a bulb that the negative resistant ringer hyper efficiently recharged. And if you get the correct load on there and you fine tune it even more, you can impedance match it to run the load and recharge your source. If the load isn't too heavy, of course. Power consumption still never went above 150 milliamps because we're nearly impedance matched of the recharge of this battery. As you see, we're dropping in charge. So I demonstrated we gave this thing a real recharge from only 150 milliamps. It did work. It was able to run that incandescent bulb no problem. We'll disconnect and we'll watch it recharge again. Still not consuming more than 150 milliamps on the input. And I'll demonstrate this a few times running the light bulb. These are just kind of long videos demonstrating the device and its capabilities. That wasn't even that long. We'll hook it up again because I know people are impatient. Runs the bulb. Not consuming more than 150 milliamps. Bulb is dim. Maybe using 2 or 3 watts. We drain. And then again I disconnect it. I'm demonstrating the system is actually putting a real charge into this completely dead battery pack that's then capable of doing work and running an incandescent bulb, which is a 40 watt bulb, and we're running it at like 1 to 3 watts. Now we're recharging it again. So I'm demonstrating the effective charging of it through resonance. We have a 12 volt bulb here. I don't know if that'll blow up if I hook up to it. It might blow up. But that battery pack is so dead it might work. Yeah, 12 volt. 12 volt, 10 watt I believe. Halogen. What is this? 10 watt, 5 watt? I believe it's 10 watt. Oh well. So we're almost at 30. Input never exceeds 150. Our bulb is firing. We sell these now too on our website shop, the cold cathode bulbs. Again, I'll hook up the incandescent. There we go. It's on. Our charge is dropping. Never consume more than 150 milliamps. So the charge is real. You can do work with it, as demonstrated. Next, I will disconnect. And I'm only using the term very efficient power transfer now for this thing. Very efficient power transfer system with accumulations from nonlinearity and cold cathode effects and negative resistance. Next, we will take a reading on the source. We are at 13.37. I will reconnect our output to recharge the source now. And we will do a voltage reading again and see if we're above 13.37. And looks like we're at 13.38, and I should make that screen glow. For some reason this meter doesn't detune the thing, I don't know why. But we gained 0.1 of a volt by reconnecting the wireless output back to the source. And our input power dropped a little below 100 milliamps. We're actually at 13.39 now. Might even hit 13.40, we will see. It's a rapid recharging, hyper efficient system. And yeah, I think I'll end the video here. It's gone on long enough. We build and sell these things. Feel free to visit our Patreon. To sum the video up, I demonstrated the system can rapidly recharge a completely dead 48 volt battery pack, and it was able to do work multiple times and run a bulb. So I demonstrated the rapid recharge effect through resonance and impedance matching by adjusting the little knobs. To sum it up, we created a negative resistance super joule ringer circuit. The super joule ringer circuit was first invented by Laser Hacker, or Laser Saber, about 10 years ago. What we do different is we enhanced it. We wound it on a met glass laced ferrite rod. We don't run loads directly off of the circuit. We add the correct value resistor in parallel in the circuit to create a negative resistant RLC circuit. So instead of the ringer circuit running a load directly off the high frequency, we put the correct value resistor in it, in this case 30K 5 watt carbon film, with an added potentiometer, 0 to 200K for fine tuning. We then add a cold cathode discharge tube, or a cold cathode neon bulb, whatever you want to call it. We connect that from our negative through a potentiometer to the hot output of the small L1 coil, and we also earth ground it for more efficiency. And yeah, to sum it up, we tapped the power wirelessly with those two yellow coils, wound exactly per a Tesla patent. And yeah, we're tapping power wirelessly and resonantly off of a negative resistant RLC circuit. So we have a lot of nonlinear effects occurring here. We're resonant, we're nonlinear, we're in contact with the earth, so it's an open system, and the system is highly nonlinear, very efficient. And we'll do a voltage reading, an end voltage reading on our source while it's recharging, 13.40. So that is the wireless output feeding back into the source. So that will conclude the video. And here's our wireless power, still present. I will shut the system off, and everything has ceased. So thank you, everybody. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe to support the website. Wouldn't be here without you guys and all the support of the community and all your ideas, because you helped grow this science even further. Just how the thing looks, it's getting more and more refined each month. Again, even if you don't sign up to support the website financially, you can even just join it for free and view our archive, our free archive of old electrical engineering books, all compiled in one spot to make things easy. So yeah, that's that, and thank you, everybody. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and support it and help us grow. Our goal is to become a small-scale electrical research company, maybe commercial. We'll see what happens. That's involved with multiple different things. So again, thank you, everybody, and things are getting interesting.